the cast has 3 Velcro closers, and they're super loud. And my daughter actually was up freaking out in the night because she wasn't sure what that noise was. It was like, you know, this crazy weird scratching noise. She thought for sure there was something crazy here in our house. So I just had to say, it's just my Velcro. I was just adjusting my splint in the night. And so this front piece just comes off, and then it has a trifold piece over the toe. Okay, so while I have this off, I've been doing some gardening, so my sock's really dirty. I have another one that's washed. So if you do overdo it and you have some pain and swelling, doing some massage, you know, as long as you clear it with your doctor, depending on how early you are, and it has really helped me because I've had a lot of swelling kind of in this area, and just putting, you know, some pressure and pushing the fluid up, because I can't walk normally. My muscles aren't doing the job that they would normally do to get the fluid out. And also I've had a lot of swelling on the back of my foot. It's really good right now because I've learned my lesson and I'm doing a lot better. But you can just kind of smooth that fluid out if you end up with a bunch of fluid in your foot. Because although swelling is good for healing to a point, the chronic swelling that lasts and lasts and lasts can lead to complications. So you kind of want to keep it down. And you want to use it as a sign to monitor your activity level, because if it's swelling a ton, you're overdoing it, okay? It shouldn't really be swelling much. Okay, so to put my Aircast on, now I am not allowed to pump it up because I still have a wedge in it, but you can actually pump it up so that it fits more comfortably. And there's three different areas that you can fill, and this air pump, and then this little guy releases the air. But because I have these wedges in, I'm not allowed to do that until it's flat. So I don't even know how that works or what it feels like. I started off with 3 of these. So they're 3/4 inches each. So I started off with a 2 1/4 inch lift. And now I am down to, I was down to 1.5 inches, and now I'm just allowed to go down to 3/4 of an inch, which is a big deal because when your one foot is way higher than the other, it's really hard on your, you know, your hips and your back and your neck, and you know, if your feet are even, it's much easier. So I have a little bit of a wedge heel that I can wear that's about even with this, so it works perfectly. Now that I have just the one wedge. It was still too low with the other wedge, and my kids wanted me to wear some really high heels, but I was pretty sure that was going to lead to some other accidents or something. So then you just open it all up, open up the Velcro, and I really recommend folding the Velcro over onto itself like this when you open it, because this stuff is seriously sticky, and I have all these like frayed parts of my sock from the Velcro sticking on it. So you don't want it sticking to your clothes or anything. It's seriously going to wreck them. So that limits that. So you put it in, and you see this piece has Velcro on it. So you put the one piece down, the other piece with the Velcro, and then the third piece to close in your toes. So it's like a winter jacket for your toes. Perfect for this time of year. And then this front piece goes on. Now I've had someone tell me that this is supposed to go on the inside here, because otherwise it's not tight enough. But my doctor told me that it's supposed to go on the outside. And also, the manual says it's supposed to go on the outside. And I tried putting it on the inside just to see how it would feel. And it was so tight, I felt like my circulation was being cut off and my foot was exploding. So, you know, if you have a different Aircast, just check out your manual. It probably came with one, or check with your doctor to make sure you're putting it on right. Because it is important. You want to have the right support. So then I'm just going to feed this through. And tighten them up, and you do need them pretty tight because I have an Achilles tendon rupture. The movement that I don't want is too much dorsiflexion, so my toes coming towards my foot. So if there's too much room this way for my foot to move forward, then it could be potentially dangerous. So I need it snug so that my lower leg can't move forward in relation to my foot, if that makes sense. So I keep it pretty snug during the day. I have been having a really hard time sleeping with this on at night because I feel so hot. My foot feels like it's going to explode. It just feels like too compressed. And I tried loosening it and that didn't work. And then I read somewhere that somebody else had taken the front part off. And so, you know, I don't recommend you doing that without checking with your doctor, because especially if you're like really early on after surgery. But I have been doing it the last couple nights and it's been better. Sleeping with it is still not great. But so I've just been doing it up like this with the sock on and keeping it pretty loose. But what I do find is that I wake up anytime I have to move because it's a little bit loose. And so if, you know, I feel I have to like turn it actually. So, but I can at least put an ice pack on here when I go to sleep so that it kind of, I don't know, kind of keeps it cooler so I'm not waking up quite as hot. So sleeping is not great, but I'm hoping it will get better. It's all about ups and downs and trying what works. And so, like again, this is just a suggestion that I got from somebody else. It's not like I'm medically approved. It's not like my doctor said, yeah, that's what you should do. So definitely check with your doctor if you have any concerns before you're doing anything. Because honestly, the most important thing is healing well. You want to get things healed well and only be going through this once. At least that's my goal. So that's where I'm at. I'm so excited to take this wedge out. And if you have any questions or concerns or any other videos you'd like to see, I would be happy to oblige. I hope you have a great day.